Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
How's your day going?
Going good, thank you, yes.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Really, guys?
What? Jackson's always had those game records.
Let's go!
It's the all-wheel drive event at Lithia Ford of Boise. From hunting trips to ski trips to trips to Grandma's house. Nobody does AWD like LFB. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise Pregame Show from Bronco Nation News. Game time is approaching, and we're getting you ready with the latest pregame news, interviews, analysis, and more from BNN. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Have a pregame score prediction or comment? Let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN Pregame Show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise and our major sponsors Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State Athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Broadcasting from the Sun Cruiser Studios, here's BJ Rains with the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show on Bronco Nation News.
Well, good afternoon to Bronco Nation and welcome to ExtraMile Arena afternoon basketball here in downtown Boise as the Boise State Broncos look to extend their winning streak to 3 games against the Air Force Falcons. here on the Mountain West Network. We're live on Bronco Nation News right now. We got our man Abe Jackson. My name is BJ Rains, and we're about 55 minutes away from tip-off here inside ExtraMile Arena as Boise State, again, takes on an undermanned Air Force squad that we'll get to here in a second.
Yeah.
But, Abe, we're back at home and a chance to extend the winning streak to 3.
Yeah, and a 2 o'clock game. I think everybody in the building is happy about that, from the players to myself and you and the fans, everybody. I think they're loving this 2 p.m. game. And
our families?
Families are probably loving it too, that you're there for, if you got kids, for the night routine. And but, yeah, the Broncos looking to carry on this couple-game winning streak, and they've played well the last 3 games. They didn't get the win at UNLV, but played much better, and hopefully take some of that into this game against a undermanned and one of the worst Division I teams in Air Force.
Oh, Abe Jackson pulling no punches.
What are the numbers? What do the numbers say?
They do. We'll get to.
And I'm not ragging on them.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
they're just having a very, very rough year this year.
We will get to Air Force in a second, but we're back from Wyoming, where the Broncos, had a pretty nice win there on the road. Abe, a little bit of a sluggish start. I know we talked about it on the postgame show, but had that 27-4 run. What did you like during that stretch and in that game that you hope to see again today?
Well, it was fast break points for the Broncos. They really got out and ran. I think they had 15 or 16 fast break points. And so during that run, they got out there, they played some passing lanes really well, and they pressured Wyoming. And we always wondered, what would it look like when both sides played well together, the offense and the defense, which has kind of been rare this year. But that's what it looks like. I mean, they're making great decisions on offense, and the ball's going through the hoop. And then on defense, we've seen flashes of brilliance from this team on the defensive end. And when they combine and they're playing both sides well, that's how you go on one of those big runs.
And I just thought, as you mentioned, the ball movement that we continue to see these last couple of games, multiple times it was guys making had an open shot maybe, but made that extra pass. And we've talked about needing to see more of that. And that looked like Boise State basketball. And a couple of times Andrew Meadow ended up with wide open threes in the corner, and he hit them both.
A perfect possession for the Broncos was nice penetration from Dylan Andrews off of an on-ball screen. Fielder rolled to the paint. Andrews found him, and then Fielder had the defense collapse, and he looked opposite where you want to look and found Andrew Meadow wide open from 3, and he knocks it down. The ball movement is much better. The ball's not just getting stuck. It used to get one pass, and then it would kind of get stuck, and they'd try and go one-on-one. It's moving around. It makes it so much harder for the defense to guard you. And then when you do drive and do a one-on-one move, the defense has already had to guard you for a few seconds and had to fight through screens, fight through rotations. And so then it's more open for you to drive and knock down shots.
And you look at Dylan Andrews and what he's done, Abe. I mean, you look at some of his game logs. Did not score against Duquesne, 9 against St. Mary's, 2 against Nevada, only had 4 against New Mexico, 4 against Grand Canyon. But the last 4 games, 16, 14, 21, and 14.
Yeah, and he's been taking much better shots, and he's taken less shots. And I think that's something that needed to happen with him. And you've mentioned it, and some other people have mentioned it, that the coaching staff has talked to him and said, get those elbow jumpers, 15-foot pull-ups in the paint out of your repertoire when you drive into the hoop, creating, or if you're open, knock down the 3. He's taking better shots. He's taking less shots, and he's getting the ball to guys who are shooting very, very high percentages, and I think that's why some of the offense is going so much better.
Yeah, one of those guys, Andrew Meadow, we've talked about it. Nothing against the Dylan Andrews, but you wanted to see Andrews shoot a little less, and those shots go to Andrew Meadow. And, I mean, the stats say he's one of the best shooters in college basketball right now. I think I saw a stat from the team Twitter account, one of only 2 players in the country that's over 40% from 3 and 50% from the field or something like that. He is shooting more as well, and you look at some of his game logs, he's got 21, 15, and 21 in his last 3 games.
Yeah, and you take a look at the games that they lost, he had 4, or they got a win against New Mexico, but he had 4 shots and then 2 shots against Grand Canyon, 4 shots against Utah State. He's shooting such a good percentage, and he's so tough driving to the hole as well. Multiple options on his offensive game that you got to get him the ball more. And I think that's part of why they're so successful these last 2 games.
And you mentioned the defense. It did seem like in that Wyoming game in particular, the defense was leading to offense. Some of the turnovers and things and then the steals that led to fast breaks. And I don't remember the exact fast break point total, but it felt like Boise State upped the defensive intensity, didn't give Wyoming a lot of open shots, and turned a lot of those possessions into easy points at the other end.
I think it was 15 or 16 points on points off turnover or fast break points. And so you get out and you're running. And, kind of not a shocker thing to do, but like you're at 7,220 feet and you're out there running. And I think Coach Rice did a really nice job, too, of subbing. And when they made that huge run, it wasn't the starters that were in there. I think there was only 1 or 2 starters, and some of the guys off the bench played really great minutes. And I think that helped later on in the game because this long stretch where some of your bench players, they got you this run so then you can get your starters back in fresh.
Now, one of those guys, Pearson Carmichael was plus 25. Shout out to him for his game. But this game against Air Force, and again, Abe Jackson, our guest, he'll be coming up on the call in about 19 minutes over with Bob Beeler, 670 KBOI, Bronco Radio Network, all their affiliates around Idaho and surrounding states with Learfield. I think there's an app they can listen to online as well. But Abe, let's talk about Air Force for a second because, as you mentioned, the stats say they are literally one of the worst teams in college basketball, and now their coach is suspended right now. And Leon Rice actually said yesterday he thinks they're playing a little harder, maybe have a little more bounce in their step since their coach, Joe Scott, a veteran coach, was put on leave, and they're looking into some investigation on his treatment of student athletes. I don't know. We don't have any details on what's going on there, but they have 3 wins all year. They have not won a game since Thanksgiving, literally 2 months since they've won their last game, 0-8 in conference, and they've been dealt hard with the transfer portal. They can't offer NIL money. They've lost a lot of their better players. Jake Highbrider went to Clemson, is now back at Fresno State. They lost the other great players the last couple of years, and they just can't replace them. And so they're in a no-win situation right now at Air Force, and it's been showing these last couple of years on the court. It's
really tough. I mean, they're such at a disadvantage when it comes to athletics right now because of NIL. You take a look at the pool of high school basketball players, high-level high school basketball players that could play at the Division I level. That pool is already really small. And then you take that pool and you say a high-level high school Division I athlete that wants to play college basketball that also wants to go into a military academy. I mean, the pool that they're drawing from for kids that don't want NIL, that are high-level D1, that want to go to an academy are just so small. And so they are at a really big disadvantage, and it's showing in their record. Bob Beeler, I think, called the conference and asked when the last time somebody didn't win a game in conference. And I think the last one was 2015, and it was San Jose. And the first one, who do you think the first one was to not win a game in conference?
Probably Boise State when they joined the league. I'm trying to remember.
They
won a couple, right?
No.
Yeah.
It will be the last coach, maybe the greatest Mountain West coach that's ever coached.
Steve Fisher?
Steve Fisher's first year at San Diego State.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, Air Force comes in at 342nd at KenPom. There's only 365 Division I teams, and I'd have to go back and look, but in terms of a KenPom ranking, I don't ever remember Boise State playing a team 342nd.
Well, aren't we a 23.5-point favorite? I mean, that's got to be by far the biggest conference line that I've ever seen.
So what do you want to see from Boise State tonight to this afternoon to get this win?
Well, this game right here is not so much about what Air Force does, even though I know that the scout is exactly as intense as any other game that they're going to play. But it's more about Boise State. The only way that Air Force hangs around is if Boise State doesn't play the way that they have the last couple games. They take bad shots. The wrong guys are taking the wrong shots on the wrong part of the court. If Boise State plays like they did the last couple games, they'll get close to that line.
Now, I buried the lead here, and for a reason, but obviously it's a big day today honoring Abe Jackson as the Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. Abe, I had a couple people that had a quick message for you here.
Oh, okay.
Abe, I'm so glad that the National Sports Media Association honored you with the Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. You and I have been doing the games for 18 seasons here together at Boise State, and you have made it so much fun to sit next to and call games with. When we started out and tried to see if you were going to be the guy, we practiced doing some games, watching off of videotapes. I knew immediately you were going to be really good because you just got what it took to be a good color analyst. And now you're able even to do a game all by yourself. Abe, congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with you for the last 18 seasons.
On behalf of the Boise State men's basketball team, our coaching staff, players, and the entire organization, we want to extend a huge congratulations to Abe Jackson for being honored appropriately as Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. He's almost as good a broadcaster as he was a player. He was a great Bronco, and we're happy to have him with us. Congratulations, Abe.
Hey, Guy, what's going on, man? So proud of you, man. Congratulations for everything that you've done, obviously, in your basketball career here in the Valley, and now just continuing to be able to, bleed that Bronco blue like you've always have them. You're one of the best guys, obviously, you know who we are off the court, and not in business, but what you do and the way you handle yourself, professionally, is something that we all, aspire to, and you're inspiring. So, man, just congratulations, man. I'm proud of you, and it's good to be affiliated with someone that has just been that's done so much for this valley and for the culture of Boise State basketball. Appreciate you, Abe. Congratulations.
Abe Jackson, 18 years calling the games, finally receiving a long overdue honor, Sportscaster of the Year for the state of Idaho. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. That's gets you a little emotional, to be honest. Hearing those videos, you do something for a long time and something that you love, and then you get honored with something like this. It's I don't know. Watching, especially Berto, I played with him. I've been around Coach Burns for years. I've worked with Bob for 18 years straight. I probably see Bob more than my wife during basketball season. So, just thank you to everybody. It's been a real honor, and I always appreciate everyone who's ever tuned in and listened to Boise State basketball. It's been great bringing you the games.
And they're going to honor you today. You can have some family here.
Yeah, my parents are going to come here. Hopefully my wife can make it. It's a little tough with nap time at 2:00 with the two little kids, but they'll be my parents will be here for sure.
Yeah, well, looking forward to honoring Abe, and better be a standing ovation today out here on the court for Abe Jackson. And as Bob always says, he sounds better. You guys sound better when the team plays better. So hopefully,
man, it is so much better when there are wins, and we sound a lot better when that happens.
And we mentioned final thing, Abe. I mean, you got today's game Tuesday. I know it's a little tricky at San Jose, but a chance here to really start to get the momentum going, get back to 5-5 in league if you can win these next two games.
What a big stretch this has been. I mean, you get these next two, you've won 4 in a row, and then you're taking a bunch of momentum into maybe one of the toughest places in the country to play with how Grand Canyon's playing on their home court and the crowd that they have. So this game's important. The San Jose game's important. And then also you get that Grand Canyon game, and now you're looking at, hey, that top 4 isn't out of the picture with the way that some of these other teams are playing. I know Nevada's only lost a couple games, but you look at who they've played. They've played, I think, Fresno, Air Force, San Jose, Boise State, and one other one that's been down at Colorado State, I think. So, their 6-2 is a little bit skewed, I think, because of who they've played. So you get these next couple games, and you're right there in the thick of it again.
They're loving you here. Congrats, Abe, on the award. Congrats, Abe. I love your input. Congrats, Abe. We loved watching you play. Enjoy listening to you and Bob on the call. Nice job. So they do want to see you shoot a free throw post-game to seal the award. But 106 career games, 15.7 career points. I mean, averaging over 15 points a game in a multi-year career is pretty hard to do, man. So you're a heck of a player, an even better broadcaster, maybe even a better friend. So congratulations, man. It's been fun getting to know you over the years here, and looking forward to a fun game today. And good luck on the call with Bob.
All right. Thanks,
there he
everybody.
is. Appreciate Abe Jackson for joining us. Again, we're live here at ExtraMile Arena. It's Abe Jackson Day here inside the X as he gets set for a big honor today as the Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. And it's a big-time honor for Abe. We're excited for him. Want to congratulate him for his award. And it's crazy because we have the last 2 Idaho Sportscaster of the Year winners back-to-back on the show. Johnny Ballgame was the 2024 winner for Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. We're just blessed to have greatness all around here at Bronco Nation News, and I know you were happy to see Abe win that award as well.
I was, man. This was a tough year because Pete was also nominated.
And Bob.
And I love Bob's won it 7 times, man.
I know.
But you're right. And hopefully Pete gets that thing next year and kind of keep this thing in their Boise State family. But it was an honor. You didn't give me anything close to that, though. Where was my? I've done more for BNN than Abe has.
Well, they didn't honor you at center court during a timeout like they're going to do for Abe today.
No, but that is sweet, and they shouldn't have for me, obviously. But that's really cool. Abe, I remember the first time I listened to Abe. I was driving from Boise to LeGrand, and I was able to catch a game. This would have been 13 years ago. And I remember just thinking, dang, that guy's good. That guy's solid. He's polished. He's smart. He's got a good vocabulary. You can tell he really knows the game. You said long overdue. Absolutely. Abe Jackson's really good. If he would have pursued broadcasting at a higher level, that would have been a guy that I would have thought could have done what, Dan Dickow is doing. I know he doesn't have that name and that resume. It's great, and Dan's good. Abe, could have, if he would have taken that path, but he's carved out a beautiful life for himself. And I think one day he might see himself in the Boise State Hall of Fame. Abe's a good guy.
I was looking at some of his stats, man. Just remembering what Abe Jackson did as a player.
But throw in 18 years as a broadcaster and counting, right?
No doubt. But he's still – think about how prevalent the three-point shot has become since he left.
Oh, dude.
And he still ranks 4th all-time in made three-pointers, 6th in field goals made, 7th leading scorer in program history. I think people just – a lot of people my age and younger mostly know of Abe Jackson as the broadcaster.
Me too.
But
I don't remember those teams.
You go back and look at some of his stats, man. He was one of the greatest players in program
100%, man. If Abe played today where he could shoot 8.5, 9 threes per game, oh my gosh, he would have been an assassin at this level because he's big too.
Now
he's like 6'6", 6'7".
He is.
I mean, he's a big dude. Like, man, he's a top 10 player here and a heck of a broadcaster. And I think even as a contributor, as a player, I don't know how they classify their Hall of Fame acceptance there, but I think I don't think anybody would object one day to Abe Jackson getting that honor too.
Now I don't know if he could play for Mike Burns though. Defense wasn't exactly Abe's specialty. I don't think.
You know what? I think he would have adjusted. I think Abe's coachable, but you're right. He might not have been on the all defensive team, but still. He's probably going to lead the league in 3-pointers made, so good for Abe.
What are you thinking about this game today? 23-point favorites. R.J. Keene just gave an R.J. Keene shirt out to a kid sitting there in the front row.
He did?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. 23.5-point favorites tonight. I usually don't like the big spreads, but I would lean Boise State in a blowout. I mean, the only way is if you see this being kind of sleepy. They know they've won 2 in a row. They know Air Force is terrible. They're back at home. It's an afternoon game. Maybe they win by 19 or something.
It feels like.
I just also think with the way this team is playing right now, if they win this game by 35, it wouldn't shock me one bit.
Yeah, and I don't think this team can't afford to be sleepy. The hibernation is over on this season. Like, you got to hammer these teams, especially Air Force, and you've probably broken this team down statistically too. It's like laughable. It's almost not laughable. It's almost
you feel bad for him. You feel sorry for him.
Yeah. I mean,
there's 365 Division I teams. 365. Their offense ranks 359th. There's 6 teams in college basketball with a worse offense than Air Force.
I'll add to that. Shooting the 3, they rank 350th. Defending the 3, they rank 321st. Like, if that is the worst possible recipe. Ask a girl out with horrible breath and your hair messed up, or Amish BJ. I love Amish BJ, by the way. But yeah, it's not going to work. You're not going to get the job done. Like, those two stats don't go well together. I think they need to hammer this team. I kind of like the under. I think the defense is going to bring it today. Air Force is going to have a hard time getting good looks. Everything's going to be an uphill swim, so to speak. They're going to pressure them, and I think that's going to be the key to this game. I don't think Air Force scores 60 points in this game. I think they keep them under 60.
Well, Wyoming should have been in the 50s if not for some late fouls there. But this two-game winning streak, that the Broncos are on right now, what do you like with what you're seeing from the Broncos right now?
I don't know if it's what I'm seeing from the Broncos or what I've seen from the opponents. That's what I want to see today, right? I don't know if they're back or if it was just they're a product of the toughest schedule in the league, which they are. It's the toughest schedule anybody's had in the league.
Yep.
So what is there to expect? Well, then you're going to have to beat the mid-level, and in this case, the bottom of the barrel, BJ, the scraps of the league. I mean, this needs to be a game where, the last guy on the bench, Berto, is shooting a 3 and the fans are trying to cheer. Like, this needs to be kind of one of those games, and I think there's potentially it should be, unless they do, first media timeout, all of a sudden Air Force is up 7-2. We're like, okay, here we go. But I don't expect that today. I think this team's focused, and that's going to be hammer time.
Tyree, our man, checking in from the chairlift at Brundage. Don't drop your phone, man.
He's on the lift right now. What's up, man?
Yeah. Gave his tickets for the game to a buddy today, and he is on the chairlift skiing there at Brundage. So always appreciate. Never know where folks are going to be watching from. We've had them on, in Cancun and in Egypt and everywhere else, and the chairlift at Brundage, I guess. Appreciate
That's just
appreciate
think
Tyree
about
for
that.
watching.
Now this is the Jetsons. watch an episode of the Jetsons, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, we have that now. Oh, yeah, we got that now. Oh, ours is better than that. Oh, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. He's watching a couple of chuckleheads here as he's getting ready to go shred down the
You a big
down
skier?
the slope.
You a big skier?
No, I always played basketball, and it was always a policy in Seattle because everybody skied. But for my growing up, is like if you played basketball, you weren't allowed to ski. So
Okay.
I just never got into it. I should have because I wasn't playing much basketball, if you know what I mean.
We got Ken watching from snowy and icy Lebanon, Tennessee. So they got the big winter snowstorm going through there. So appreciate you, Ken, for watching. And what do you think the crowd's going to be like today here in the building, Johnny? It's as we said, a afternoon game, but it's not when you circle on the schedule when they're playing Air Force.
Is there anything big in the comments too that is going on today?
I don't believe
that could potentially, like, is there a massive soccer tournament out in Meridian or something?
I wouldn't think on January 24th they're playing soccer out in Meridian.
I mean, Sean Goodwin might know. He's a soccer geek, but I don't know if anything else is going on. I think it's going to be a surprisingly pleasant crowd tonight.
Yeah.
Or today. For everything you just said, it shouldn't necessarily always be about the opponent. It should always be about supporting your team.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who the opponent
and you want to come see them play well and win. This would be a game to bring the family down and have a party, and then you're down at 4:00. I know the Raines family, I'm not going to give away the establishment, but I don't want people showing up. But we're going to have a nice family dinner downtown this evening. We have reservations made, so a lot of folks can come to the game, maybe get a post-game beverage at the James, find something to do, have a nice dinner. A 2:00 game. You can thank Leon Rice, by the way, for the 2:00 game. When these games were not picked up for TV, Boise State is able to set the start time for the Mountain West Network games. And Leon Rice for this one, and then there's one, I think, against Wyoming. Maybe it is coming up on another Saturday or two where it's another 2:00 game on a Saturday. So Leon Rice says 2:00 is the perfect start time if he could pick, and he picked this one, 2:00.
I love the 2 p.m. I know you do too, for everything you've just said. And it's easy to craft your day around it. You can do something before 2. You can certainly do something after 2, and it's sunny out. So, I don't know what else is going on. We've always talked about it. Like, you can't get 2,000 kids 23 and under that want to come to this game and have a blast and cheer the hell on their team. 2,000.
So we have 7 people in the student section right now, and 3 of them are Chris Van Sickle and his family up there at the top of the section there. There's Chris
in the
there's
student
his wife,
section.
Their kid, and they're sitting up there. That's 3 of the 7 people right now is Chris Van Sickle.
I mean, we always thought that. I mean, I had like a family friend member. She went to Boise State, and I was like, "How many basketball games did you go to?" She was like, "Maybe 1 or 2." She graduated in 4 years. I'm like, "You like basketball?" I don't know. Just on her phone. Like, and you said you've seen that too. It's like, but who knows? Maybe you'll get the surprise student section today too. I don't know. I mean, what else you're doing?
Shout out to Austin watching in section 28. Appreciate you for watching Austin and everybody else up there in section 28. There he is. There's the looks like Austin, his son, maybe up there, section 28. So bring some kids out to the ball game today, and you're going to see a nice 25-30 point win, hopefully.
BJ Raines, current.
By the way, come on, Dad, get some better seats down here. Get them in the lower level. Let's go. Come on.
That's a great view up there.
I agree. Middle, you're right behind the Air Force bench, middle section there. Not bad at all.
It's a really good view up there for sure. But hey, I want right now. I want up to the second Mountain West.
I knew you were going there.
Power
I
rankings.
knew you were going
No, because
there.
it's that time in the year.
I haven't thought about it.
You haven't. I mean, who's the best team in this league?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know right now. I would like to say Utah State, but I don't know if that's the case.
Man. It took everything they had to squeak that out in Fort Collins.
Yeah.
San Diego State. I mean, this isn't even a.
Where's Grand Canyon rank on that list?
Right
now?
there. Do they win tonight in Fresno? Yes.
The one I'm looking at is if UNLV takes down San Diego State. That game's
I got
Big
San
Boy
Diego.
CBS here in 30 minutes.
I got San Diego State in that one. I know it's on the road. I just think they go in there and win that. But yeah,
somebody is asking if Air Force's coach got fired. He did not get fired. He got put on leave.
What do you know? You're one of the most powerful people in the Mountain West. Seriously, you could get Gloria Navarez on the phone in 6 minutes. What do you know about the Air Force, Coach?
It wouldn't take that long. What
do you know?
Nothing. As we show Air Force taking the court here. It was for proper. It sounds like he's kind of a hard ass, to be honest. And when you're not winning games and you're having a tough go, eventually that kind of style runs out a little bit. And I don't know.
You
if there was
got to think at Air Force at an academy, though. If it's like that type of disciplinary reasons, wow! Because crossing the line at Air Force is way different, I would think, than crossing the line at like a state institution.
I don't want to speculate or go there. We don't know what he did. I know that if you watch him coach, he's a very intense coach on the sidelines, and we don't know any more than that, or at least I don't. But when you're
I'll drop it
3-16 and whatever else, it's just not going well. But Johnny, can you feel for Air Force a little bit? I mean, we were talking about earlier with Abe Jackson, but they can't do NIL. They can't do the transfer portal. They can lose guys, but they can't add them. 3 years in a row, Air Force has lost either their best player or their second best player to the transfer portal, and they've lost them to, like, power schools. They lost a guy to Cal. They lost a guy to Clemson. Like, they're losing, double-digit scorers in this league, and if they had all those guys right now as seniors, they'd be one of the better teams in the Mountain West, but they don't. They lose these guys. They cannot add replacements, and it's now showing up to where they're like 3-17. They haven't won a game, Johnny, since you had Thanksgiving turkey 2 months since Air Force won a game. 0-8 in the league. You got to feel for these guys a little bit. There's just not a whole lot they can do. It's got to be one of the harder coaching jobs in America.
This would be probably a crazy suggestion, but this is what I could think of. And I can't speak for football, but I'll speak for hoops. They have no chance of ever doing anything, ever. Air Force will never go to the NCAA tournament under these guidelines. With what they have and what everybody else has, they will never have a chance, ever. Could you go to the Patriot League?
The Patriot
The
League.
Patriot League. Army plays there, Navy plays there, and it's schools like Air Force. You have to be brilliant academically to get into. It's kind of a poor man's Ivy League, Colgate, Bucknell,
Bucknell.
Bob knows. I think Bob.
Holy Cross.
This might even be something that Bob has told me once in Cubicleville that I'm forgetting all and lost in
Stealing someone else's idea. Johnny
Bob's
would
conversations.
never do that.
But I think maybe like something like that, because at least then you're not going to compete against teams that are having even what Boise State has. So it's kind of, it's just not going to be I'm trying to think the landscape, the parade, the pageantry. It's a different world now.
What
and
do
Air
you
Force is getting lost.
Now they're the Princeton offense. I know you're well schooled, designed in that. A lot of back
Pete Carell, man.
Yeah, a lot of moving, a lot of cuts. You have to defend for all 30 seconds. They like to take their time in the shot clock here. Any thought of their offense against Boise State's defense?
Yeah, I love Boise State's defense because I believe it's disciplined, and I believe that it's focused now. And if you're not focused, it's hard to stay disciplined on the floor. I think they're focused, so I think the discipline will be there so they won't get, caught watching the paint dry, BJ, on a backdoor cut or something.
Yeah.
And if they do, Leon, how quick trigger he is to get somebody else in there that won't. So, I think Air Force is going to be under 60 points today.
Okay.
And Boise State.
What was the over-under, by the way? Because you said you liked the under.
Yeah, let's get an update on that real quick, BJ.
The spread 23.5. I think the last time we looked at this here. That's San Diego State UNLV line down to 4. Wow.
134.5.
Okay.
So if I have Air Force scoring 55, Boise State scores.
Can they get 80?
80?
125 to, is that one? What is that?
Is that, do I like the over better then? I wouldn't bet this, but I'm just thinking if I would. I almost think Boise State's going to put 70 up, 80 up. Don't you?
Or is the Air Force going to slow him down?
Nothing says great sports better than changing his mind mid thought.
That's why I'm not placing this bet. I don't know. I mean, I think.
But I mean, do you at all subscribe to the? Hey, this is going to be one of those sloppy afternoon games.
No.
They're already looking ahead to go into warm weather in California next week.
Like I said, I think they're focused.
Okay.
Who's your new intern?
He's not new. That's Mateo.
Mateo. No, but I mean,
he's got the Buffalo Bills hat on.
New
there.
this year.
Okay, yeah, he's new. He did this little pregame graphic right here that says pregame show.
That's good stuff,
He
Mateo.
made that for us. Yeah, he's doing
Nice
a good
job.
job. Any final words, Johnny, before we let you?
Are you broadcasting this game?
Not today. Jay Tust is. By the way, we were supposed to have, and I blame you guys in the chat here. By the way, B Spence is pretty easy under for me. I don't see 134. I see 115.
Okay.
He's going under for sure. This was supposed to be another Jay Tust specialty where we raised some money for charity, had him say some code words on the broadcast.
Did they cancel that?
No, I didn't get enough code words. I did a bad job yesterday of trying to get enough words, but we don't have a list to give to Jay. He's over there. Looks like
he's on color today anyway,
He
though.
said that would be easier, he said.
Maybe. But that might annoy the play-by-play guy.
You told us you were on the play-by-play. I was waiting for that, but
they didn't call. But I want ball game and Tust. One game.
Can I do sidelines? Can I do sidelines? Can I do sidelines?
100%. Yeah, I want.
I'll be like the Adam Schefter, who's the Tom Verducci on the sidelines.
100%.
Give some
Craig
little
Sager.
insight.
Craig Sager, and you can wear one of your hats or something. It'll be awesome. Amish BJ. That would be the best. No, it'd be sweet. Jay could do play-by-play. I'll do color.
All right.
But yeah, that would be fun.
Before we let you go, a lot of comments wanting to know about your thoughts on the Seahawks tomorrow.
Oddly, I'm nervous as all everything, but that's typical. But I like this defense. I don't know, man. I don't know. The one team that worries me is the team that's coming in. So probably a coin flip game, and I don't think I'm going to be as devastated as I've been in the past. I did watch last night, laying in bed. I fell asleep to the 2014 NFC Championship. That's the Russell Wilson, Green Bay, the comeback, Jermaine Kearse, overtime. I watched that just to kind of get the vibe. Tonight, I'm going to watch either the Super Bowl that they won or another playoff game. So I'm ready, guys. Go Hawks.
Well, I hope it goes well for you, man. Congratulations in advance. Pretty cool to wake up on a championship Sunday and have your team playing for an NFC championship. And
it's been a long time.
I was. Do you know who the new Battlehawks coach is?
No.
The St.
AJ
Louis
McCarron?
Battlehawks. No, Ricky Prohl. Do you remember
I love
Prohl?
Ricky Prohl. Yeah.
Ricky Prohl is the new Battlehawks coach. 26 years.
I love Ricky Prohl.
26 years yesterday was his catch for the 1999 Rams against
the Bucks.
The Bucks. Yep, and he caught it. Sent him to the Super Bowl with John Madden, Pat Summerall on the call, the NFC Championship 26 years ago, and now he's back leading the
that Tampa Bay defense. Look what it did to the greatest show on turf offense in St. Louis.
Yes. Not enough, though.
That was
Not
a
enough.
huge day for you, though.
Yes.
Because that was the team of your youth.
Yes.
You grew up with
Yep.
the greatest
And then
show on turf.
obviously, went to play in the Super Bowl against the Titans.
Did your dad cover the greatest show
No,
on turf?
he wasn't a football guy. No, I was nope. But yeah, so I those were my youngest memories as a football fan, watching
sweet team, man.
NFC Championship games, then that Super Bowl against the Titans, and then we thought we were going to do it again when Mike Martz was our coach, and then some guy named Tom Brady had other ideas. Adam Vinatieri, that field
so
goal.
close.
The start of the Patriots run was the end of the Rams run. Right there.
Could have been if the Rams win that game. All of a sudden, you use the dynasty word for the next year, like that greatest show on turf. Kind of like my Seahawks with the LOB. It's a bummer they only got the one because that team was good for multiple years and definitely had opportunities. Certainly they did on the 1 yard line in Seattle, but
Now,
it's a bummer they only got the one.
I do have some storylines here about the officiating crew.
Bring it.
The third gentleman in the back walking this way right now.
Flip it, BJ. Film these guys.
Rob Kuhneman, the guy in the very back with the sleek hair.
I see him.
San Diego State a couple weeks ago, the 5 fouls on Jeremiah Oden. The technical foul to Leon Rice was called by that gentleman right there.
He looks like Joe Pesci from Goodfellas.
Rob Kuhneman, your official that teed up Leon Rice at the San Diego State game, that called it was part of the crew that did not foul out Jeremiah Oden when they should have on the 5 fouls.
He is here in Boise officiating this game today, Johnny.
So, I mean, with that, does that, you think maybe some...
Does he owe Boise some calls?
Yeah. I mean, is that kind of where you were going with that?
I wasn't really, but I mean, maybe if he has something against Leon or something, maybe it
basketball's
goes the
weird
other
like
way.
that. Because you know the Randy McCall, he still feels bad for costing Leon the Super Bowl Sunday game.
Yes.
100%.
Yep.
Probably has at some point picked up a check somewhere. You know, and so they're human, and sometimes maybe
now, he
you
wasn't
could
the
draw
one
that conclusion.
He wasn't the official that made some of the horrendous calls. That guy is not probably going to be doing a Boise State game
BJ,
again.
would you have Mateo go grab one of those corral sheets so you can text it and put it out?
They're not very good, from what
Okay.
I've heard.
All right,
I don't
never
want
mind
to do that to the Utah State fans. Got that and put those out. It didn't go very well, I don't think, with what it said on that sheet. But Rob Kuhneman is one of the officials today.
Who's on the call with
Again.
Tustage?
Who do we have? I can't see that.
Mark
far.
Snyder?
Mark Snyder. Cool. Mark Snyder today will be over there on the call. The other official, by the way, the lead official is Tim Comer. He is a very good official. He was just here, I think, for the Colorado State game, actually. So Tim Comer is a solid first official. But Rob Kuhneman, you mentioned, look at the hair, man. How much gel's in that thing?
Joe Pesci style. Who scores the first bucket for Boise State tonight?
I'm going to go an Andrew Meadow three-pointer from the corner.
I'll go Drew Fielder, 15 feet, like free throw line area, little two-pointer. Yeah.
There's the Atkinsons, by the way. How is Mr. Atkinson drinking a water? There's no way that's a water for Mr. Atkinson down there. Come on. Atkinson's beer and glass. We love those folks.
That looks like a water.
Okay. All right.
Because if it was anything else, I wouldn't put him on drinking it. You know, he wouldn't have a spritzer there. It'd be, yeah.
We did have a lot of people that joined late, so I was going to replay the Abe Jackson tribute.
Yeah, let me see it.
But what? I'll let you go. You've been doing.
I want to watch it.
You already saw it, didn't you? You weren't listening.
Yeah, I'll watch it with everybody.
Abe Jackson being honored for the Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. He's now tied. Johnny Ballgame, 1 win apiece. A couple folks wanted to congratulate him.
Abe, I'm so glad that the National Sports Media Association honored you with the Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. You and I have been doing the games for 18 seasons here together at Boise State, and you have made it so much fun to sit next to and call games with. When we started out and tried to see if you were going to be the guy, we practiced doing some games, watching off of videotapes. I knew immediately you were going to be really good because you just got what it took to be a good color analyst. And now you're able even to do a game all by yourself. Abe, congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with you for the last 18 seasons.
On behalf of the Boise State men's basketball team, our coaching staff, players, and the entire organization, we want to extend a huge congratulations to Abe Jackson for being honored appropriately as Idaho Sportscaster of the Year. He's almost as good a broadcaster as he was a player. He was a great Bronco, and we're happy to have him with us. Congratulations, Abe.
Hey, Guy, what's going on, man? So proud of you, man. Congratulations for everything that you've done, obviously, in your basketball career here in the Valley, and now just continuing to be able to, bleed that Bronco blue like you've always have. You're one of the best guys, obviously, you know who we are off the court and not in business, but what you do and the way you handle yourself, professionally is something that we all, aspire to, and you're inspiring. So, man, just congratulations, man. I'm proud of you, and it's good to be affiliated with someone that has just been that's done so much for this Valley and for the culture of Boise State basketball. Appreciate you, Abe. Congratulations.
Are we back? I think we're back. We're talking out of this mic. All right, good time to end the show probably here with the audio going out. Give me a second. We're back. I think I stepped on a cord. Sorry about that. I stepped on a cord. Johnny, in full transparency, I was taking a photo of the student section.
Yeah.
Should I turn this for our folks to see here?
Yeah. Live view right now of the corral.
We are
14 minutes before tip.
14 minutes from tip-off. There's Chris Van Sickle up at the top with his family, but we are 14 minutes, Johnny, And this is your student section right here.
Well, maybe they're still pre-gaming. They're walking over. Or, they're having that one final keg stand for the crazy guy.
You can show up right now 14 minutes before tip and sit in the second row.
What's KU like?
A second row.
What's KU like?
Now, here's some real fans here, the Ridley's Family Markets. I don't know if he's ready. He's going to
BJ, KU.
Yes.
Would there be a line how many hours before they let them in?
Well, you would have had to camp out all week to get a ticket to begin with.
On any Saturday game?
Oh, yeah. No,
okay.
The second the last home game ends, you just stay and start camping. So you'd have been there. You can have up to 30 people in your group, and at least one person in your group has to be there
year-round.
Not year-round.
Okay.
Didn't I see they're already doing the Duke UNC game? They're already camping out for that game, and it's in like 2 months.
That's crazy. Wow.
Dylan Hawley says, win some games to fill the corral.
I guess so. Yeah, that's definitely a part of it. But, as you know, comparatively speaking, this program with other programs in this league, they've done a lot of winning.
Yeah.
In the last 6-7 years, whatever, 5 years. They've won, but.
Well, get ready for the national anthem. Going to go ahead and end the show here. We're about 12 minutes from tip. Hope everybody enjoys the game. Thank you to all of our great sponsors. Have a great day. We will see you on the postgame show, the Jackson's postgame show coming up after the game. Thank you to Johnny. Thank you to all you guys. Thank you again. Congratulations to Abe Jackson. And we'll talk to you guys postgame. Go subscribe, BroncoNationNews.com. And Boise State Air Force, we'll see if they can cover the 24 points. We'll talk to you.